Today we're going to teach you how to make some quick money by stealing catalytic converters. The first thing you're going to need is an angle grinder. No, I'm just kidding, guys. Today we're actually going to teach you how not to get your catalytic converter stolen, and I'm going to give you 3 easy tips to do that. So let's jump into the video because everyone around here is looking at me very strange with this thing in my hand. Let's get into it. So one of the easiest things you can do to prevent your catalytic converter from getting stolen is parking in a nice, safe area. So this is technically an alley and it's very dark at night. So that's going to be less than ideal when you're parking at night. So parking in a well-lit area is probably going to be your best choice. Also, if you have like motion sensor lights around your house, usually those lights will scare off any potential catalytic converter thieves. So make sure you park in a well-lit area to prevent your catalytic converter from getting stolen. Tip number 2 is some modifications that you can do to your catalytic converter to make it a little bit harder for thieves to sell. So what you can do is you can paint your catalytic converter in a high temperature paint. So if a potential thief comes around and looks underneath your car to see if there's a catalytic converter there and it's painted in this high temperature paint, it's going to be a little bit harder for them to offload that. So they might even just skip your car. But that's only a deterrent. It's not actually going to physically stop the thief from stealing your catalytic converter. And along with painting your catalytic converter in that high temperature paint, you can also etch your VIN on the catalytic converter itself. Let me show you real quick. So if you go underneath the car, this is where the catalytic converter is normally located. And you can basically write the VIN number on top of the catalytic converter. So if someone is caught with your catalytic converter, you can identify it as yours and hopefully get it back if they're caught. And then also, if you plan on etching your VIN on the catalytic converter, make sure you do it on the catalytic converter itself and not the shielding around it. Sometimes there's a heat shielding around the catalytic converter, and then that can be easily removed. So make sure you write it on the catalytic converter and not on the shielding on the outside. So tip number 3 is to install a catalytic converter shield. And there's many companies who make these, and I'll leave some of those companies down below in the description. But basically what this shield does is you install it just on top of your catalytic converter, and it makes it a lot harder for thieves to break through and steal it. None of these things are going to 100% prevent you from getting your catalytic converter stolen. There's always a way. What I highly recommend from personal experience is to make sure that you have comprehensive coverage on your insurance plan. And in the event that your catalytic converter is stolen, you'll simply have to pay the deductible, and then the insurance companies will cover your catalytic converter replacement. So that's all we have for today's video. Make sure that you like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.